Real ones know the best part. Oh my god. Oh my day. Nah, I'ma cheat on my girl with Wooting, bro. Why they doing that? They moving crazy.
This is just me displaying the rapid trigger. Simply put, you don't have to fully press the key before it's active, and you can just let go whenever you want. Green meaning active, red meaning inactive. This is just me looking through the software. The software is actually very nice and lightweight. It doesn't feel like Razer Synapse, which just literally seems like a virus. But you actually don't need it to modify your keyboard. You can actually go straight to the website, which does the same exact thing, and you can just save all your settings to your keyboard anyway. This is probably the easiest way to use the primary features on this keyboard, being Snap Tap and Rappy Snappy, which are crazy names if you ask me, but it's cool. I'm not getting into the controversy behind these and how Snap Tap got banned in CS. If you want to see that, just go find a different video explaining it. I don't feel like doing it. But here's some gameplay of me playing Valorant with Snap Tap on, and Valorant is really not that big of a deal, so it doesn't really help all that much, but it is a little bit smoother. It's pretty hard to tell the difference over a video. Like, it's something you really have to try to see what I'm talking about. But between Snap Tap and Rapid Trigger, all your movement feels very nice, I'm not gonna lie. I didn't get this keyboard at full price, so I'm not gonna sit here and say it's worth the entire price of $175. Unless you're like an ultra competitive guy and you like really want the best hardware for everything, then I would say go ahead and get it. But if you're like average or below average, I honestly would just skip out on this. I think you'd find the most use in this in Overwatch and Counter-Strike, but Counter-Strike already banned it, and it probably won't get banned in Overwatch. I don't think the devs are going to care that much. But outside of gaming, it's entirely smooth. Like, it feels like no other keyboard that I've tried before. It's pretty nice. I think they cut corners in the keycaps and switches just because the analog switches probably cost them so much to actually make this board. Like, I have a high ground keyboard that's, I think, was $130, and honestly, the keycaps are really not that different. I could say the high ground ones could be a bit of a higher quality even, but I have not tried and tested so many keyboards to the point where I can say it's like definitely a problem, so I'm just gonna not say much about that. The build quality is pretty standard, but I think it's very easy to change the case of the keyboard if I'm not wrong. Hey, but at least it comes pre-foamed, which is pretty nice, and the switches are way better lubed from the factory than the other two keyboards that I currently use. But besides that, aesthetically, it's pretty good. It's got the per key RGB that looks really nice actually. The software is pretty good, and I really have no problems with this. One downside would probably be if you're a modder, then changing the switches is probably a little extra annoying than it usually would be, because you'll have to use a certain type of switch, and if you want to use all the technology in the keyboard, it needs the Hall effect sensors to work. But I myself personally don't really see myself changing the switches in this thing, at least not for a long time. The sound of it is also pretty good, but I'm not going to say it's the best, because personally I like a little more clack in there, but hey, that's just me. So overall, I'd probably give this keyboard a solid like 9 out of 10. I can't PB for my life.